everyone, it's Darian from Plant-ery, and today we're going to do a tour of the backyard garden. Happy Earth Day, and we hope your backyard garden is sprouting and you're ready to produce you something. So let's check out what's growing. We're here with the butterfly blocks.
So for the people viewing from my end, we'll have two angles going. We have one from Plant-ery and one from the butterfly blocks. But we're here with a garden tour. And we're just going to show you the things that we grow at home. I'm still getting my garden set up. This is my brother. He's who I look up to and who I buy produce from time to time. So he's just going to break down the plants that he has available, and we're going to go from there. So what do we have in front of us?
All right, so in front of us, this is our pollinated garden. So we got Asiatic lilies, amaryllis, marigold. We got a giant sunflower sprouting in the middle. So
okay, so for your flowers, was there anything in particular that you were looking for when you picked these kinds of flowers to plant this season?
Yes. Organic pest control. A lot of bugs don't like the smell of marigolds. So not only do marigolds keep the bad pests away, they also attract the bees and the butterflies that's going to help pollinate some of those veggies like the tomatoes, the watermelons, the cucumbers, the kind that needs actual insects to pollinate.
Gotcha.
So we got the pollinated garden.
What is this right here?
That is the giant sunflower.
Okay.
So it's going to grow anywhere from 10 to 16 feet tall, depending on the genetics.
Now, is there a reason that you have this stick right here?
So when it first sprouts, it's kind of flimsy. It'll lean over a little bit. As it grows, it'll get more firm and erect, and it doesn't need staking. Now, once it reaches the 10, 16 foot mark, then I'm going to need an actual tomato stake or something tall to hold it up to. But that stick just started out as a way to keep it straight.
So now, what are these green rods we have here?
All right, so the green rods are just the support for the insect netting. So.
Okay, so that was the thing you did. You uncovered.
Yeah.
Okay.
So pretty much I cover these up at night, and when I'm not at home, so the bugs don't get to them. And so these green hoops are just used to keep it up.
Now, what are these growing here?
Okay, we have red romaine lettuce. Then we have curly kale. This
I
spot,
recognize that.
this spot is kind of, the germination was spotty. I didn't get full germination of all the kale transplants. So it's kind of in areas, but if you come down a little bit.
Is this red Russian kale right here?
Yes, I mix it up. Kind of gonna do like a salad mix of red Russian and curly. If you come down a little bit, these are a lot more healthy.
How often do you come out here and check on them?
So if I have it covered, I'll go a couple of days without checking it. But whenever it's uncovered, I check it every day. So whether I'm blasting it with like a fast stream of water to knock any insects away, or I'm spraying it with the neem oil, or I'm giving it a good watering. I baby the kale when they're uncovered, but as long as I have that netting around it, the soil doesn't dry out as fast and keeps the bugs out. So I kind of put it on autopilot.
This is some more red Russian kale, and then this is some curly kale. Like I say, I buy this from him from time to time. I use it in smoothies. I like to make salads with the kale. You can do a number of things. I've made kale chips by baking them. I was supposed to record a video, but we're working on that. But yeah.
All right, and then behind us, we have the herb garden. In this green grow bag, we have chamomile. Chamomile tea is a good stress relief. If you have insomnia, having trouble sleeping, you can sip on some chamomile tea sweetened with raw honey right before bed. It'll help you fall asleep faster.
I was trying to see if it smelled like
Now try rub that spearmint leaf with your finger, and then smell your finger. You're gonna get a good whiff of that.
Yeah,
That
that's
mint
strong.
aroma. So that's spearmint.
That's what you gave me the other day?
Yes.
Okay.
And these two are chocolate mint,
Now,
peppermint.
is there any health benefits between the chocolate mint and the spearmint?
On a health scale, I use the spearmint if I have a sore throat or if I have a little mucus and I need to get over a cold. I sip that tea. The chocolate tea it's more of a dessert. It does have a slight chocolatey taste, so I like drinking it. But I feel that the menthol oil that's actually in the spearmint is deeper in that plant as opposed to the chocolate mint. It's like a hybrid. They split it so it tastes like chocolate.
Is this chocolate mint over here too?
That is berries and cream and mint.
Okay. Never heard of that. It's not as strong as the spearmint as far as smell.
And those over there got lemon thyme. It does have a slight lemon smell. Fix that.
I'm gonna leave it alone. What is this?
That is rosemary.
Okay, I know that's strong. Yeah.
So, and that's a big rosemary.
This?
Oh, this one.
Oh, okay. Okay, so the leaves look slightly bigger.
And can you guess what this is?
Basil?
Sage.
Oh, okay, way off. Now, why sage?
All right, I don't drink sage tea, but if you have diabetes, you can sip on it to help even out your blood sugar. Now, of course, do your own research, and then also the leaves are good for wound healing. So if you wrap the leaves on like an open cut, it'll help it heal faster. Like one of those Native American remedies.
Gotcha. These leaves are huge.
Yeah.
Is this something?
That is a rose bush. It was here when I purchased the home, so I'm just keeping it alive.
I see it starting to bud. Just a little bit.
And back in this corner, just some vegetable starts from the nursery. Just waiting
I see a cactus.
You do see a prickly pear cactus. And this is another bed of kale. Mostly red Russian.
Here we have some more kale. Right here is the red Russian kale.
Some curly kale, but mostly red
And
Russian.
leaves. Kind of look like dinosaurs. I don't know if that makes sense. And then coming up, what more people are familiar with is the curly kale. These
Yeah.
are all baby plants.
And behind you, back this way, mustard greens. They're still little sprouts, but in no time, this bed is going to be full of mustard greens.
All of these are mustard greens?
All those are mustard greens. Now, my grandma loves mustard greens, so I planted this for her. So I'm going to surprise her once it harvests and show up with a bag of organic mustard greens grown in the backyard.
What is this here?
That is a crepe myrtle tree, and it was kind of shading out the mustard green bed, so I cut it back. So at the beginning of the season, this will be clear. So the sun is rising on that side, so that crepe myrtle was huge, so it was pretty much shading out.
Now, do you plan how you plant based on the sun? Like, are there certain plants you have, like, at certain angles, or certain plants you want to get more sun?
Yes, greens are forgiving. You don't need full sun to grow greens, but your tomatoes, your watermelon, your peppers, your cucumbers, anything that's forming an actual fruit, you're gonna want full sun. So about 12 hours out of the day, I have full sun. Now some of it's kind of filtered through the pine trees, but for the most part, I planted my tomatoes.
So for the people that are just tuning in, these are all kale plants you can see. Again, we have the red Russian kale with the purple stems, and we have the curly kale, and we're coming up on the tomato plant.
And so I planted tomatoes in a spot that gets full sun the majority of the day.
Are these different kinds of tomatoes?
Yes, so that's a pink brandywine. It's an heirloom. The heirlooms take longer to get started, but once they do, they're gonna produce massive tomatoes, like 2-3 pound tomatoes.
I see a Cherokee purple.
That is cherry tomatoes.
Those are the small ones.
Yes.
Now these wire contraptions, what are they for?
All right, so these are just for support. As it gets taller, it's gonna make it a little top heavy and start leaning over. I'll tie it to that to keep it up while it's young, and then once it gets beyond that, I'll use this gate as a means to keep it straight up. And then I'm gonna try something different with these, with the cages. You can let it grow a little wilder. You don't have to trim it as much. So I'm gonna see what produces more, a tall, skinny tomato plant or a short, a more wide tomato plant.
Gotcha. So it's kind of an experiment.
Yeah. And these are some Better Boy tomatoes. I got these from a Home Depot nursery. So I'm just gonna put them in the ground, see what happens. Behind us, we have Burdock. Burdock is a it's a root. Well, the root, the leaves, and the flowers all have different uses. But I'm growing these for the root. It's a
spider. Now, are there any pests that you like to keep and certain ones you like to keep away?
I like the spiders, because the spiders are gonna get rid of a lot of insects. Ladybugs, they eat aphids. Those are those little small bugs that just be caked up on your leaves. Bees, butterflies, wasps. Now I don't like the wasps near me, but if I see them in the garden, I know they're pollinating. But back to the burdock, it's a blood purifier. It cleanses the liver. It's good for your hair, skin, and nails. It has anti-diabetic properties. It has anti-cancer properties. It's an all-around good herb. I believe in succession planting, so I started this row, then waited a little bit, started that row, then waited a little bit, and I planted some direct seeds.
So to keep the supply.
Keep the supply. So, I mean, the sky's the limit. You can dry the roots, make a powder, make your own supplement tablets, and as soon as you run out of your own homegrown medicine, it'll be time to harvest some more. And then by the time you run out of that, it'll be time to harvest some more. Now, this spot right here, I got the tarp down to kind of kill the weeds in the grass. In about another month, I'm gonna put the okra down. So this is the future okra spot. Then coming this way. Now, I'm not sure what I'm gonna plant over here just yet. Could be watermelons. It could be another bed of kale. I'm still stewing on that, but when you have your own homegrown garden, you have options. So over here, I'm growing cayenne peppers.
The stuff you had me try.
Yeah, they're hot, but they're good for blood pressure, good for blood circulation. It's high in vitamin C. And over here I got bell peppers.
Okay. How am I able to tell the difference?
Well, the cayennes, they're a shade darker, and they have skinnier leaves. You can barely notice it, but once you grow it, you kind of tell that those have a slightly wider leaf in these.
Cayenne, bell pepper, cayenne.
And who knows, one of those bell peppers may cross with one of the cayennes and make a super spicy bell pepper or a fat sweet cayenne. Who knows? And we have our 2 fig trees.
Now, our grandma used to have these. I don't remember trying one from the tree because most times I came over, it wasn't producing anything. But our grandma had a fig tree growing up. So now, and you already had these here when you purchased this house.
Yeah, when I purchased the home, these 2 fig trees were already here growing. They produced a ton of figs my first year being here.
Is there anything special about figs?
Oh, they're high in iron, high in calcium, high in fiber, have a little protein. But I like dried figs. So I dried and added to a fruit salad. And fig tree, and that's 1. And that's 2. And these fig trees are massive. Right, so I cut off a piece of fig stem. I'm gonna try to get it to root, start another plant. Right here are blueberries. If you look close, you can see that the blueberries are starting to form. Hey, grow your own blueberries.
I like blueberry and banana smoothies. That's my favorite kind.
All right. And just as a quick tip, if you're growing blueberries, you're gonna need at least 2 plants.
This is the fig tree.
So, blueberry 1 and blueberry 2. Here we have strawberries. That's a small one, but this big tub right here are blueberries. Blueberries haven't started forming yet, but you can see the blueberry flowers. And then from there, it's gonna start growing to, I'm sorry, not blueberry, blackberry I meant.
Gotcha.
Blackberry, that's why I meant to say blackberry. And I just purchased some baby Concord grapevines. So I'm gonna keep them in the nursery a little while longer, then I transfer there. So that's a future grape container. That just about does it. That is what we're growing so far in the backyard garden. As the season progresses,
You started in an apartment, right?
yes, I started in an apartment. I grew corn that year. I grew kale that year. You can grow just about anything in an apartment, anything.
So guys, this is Plant-ery's garden. You can start small. You can start with a couple plants and expand. This has been years in the making, and now he has this.
All right. And if you have any questions for us, or if you have any video ideas, feel free to comment, share. We want to reach as many people as we can, and we want to motivate as many people as we can to grow their own quality food. If all else fails, you'll have the ability to feed yourself in your own backyard.
Well, we appreciate you guys for tuning in. We plan on being more vocal and present with our content. And we love you guys. And thank you for checking out our garden tour today. It is Earth Day for 2022, and we wish you a happy Earth Day.
Happy Earth Day. You have a wonderful rest of your day, and remember to stay positive, grow your own food, grow your own medicine.